Oh, there we go. We back? We good? Where did I end up? Where was the last thing you said? What was the last thing you guys saw? Platforms? Oh. So the swingy thing? Oh, the platform cycle. I went on this swingy thingy and it just didn't put me on the platform and I died. And I got sent all the way back here. So I have to do all of this all over again. Again. I the power-up's nice and all, but I want to beat the fucking level. I gotta do this like 5-hour-long escapade of bullshit all over again because the swing didn't put me on the platform. Like, I don't want to do that, man. Like, leveling up will happen anyway. I don't need to redo the level to level it up. Wow, is it still not leveled? It's like at the max. How is it not leveled up? What's going on? I had like full XP for all 25 shots and it didn't level up. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Better be freaking worth it. This one has taken by far the longest of any of the other weapons. There we go.
For a larger blast, hold down circle until the Mega Rocket Cannon is fully charged.
Unfortunately, that's really hard to do. Like, the hand ninjutsu I need to do to get this to charge and dodge at the same time and move my camera. Oh. Let me tell you. It uses 4 rockets though, by the way, so I mean, otherwise it's just the same, I think. It feels like it shoots faster, maybe more powerful. The explosion does look different a little bit. It'll be good for bosses on the charge up, yeah. But otherwise it's kind of meh. It'll be nice when I get to use it on a boss finally. Yeah, I have to hold R2 while holding circle, okay? And then use the right analog to move the camera. and it's just, ugh. There's a couple of the buttons, like X to jump and stuff, you know? Yeah, but I'd run out of rockets in no time, Psycho. I'd run out of rockets in no time, man. That's the biggest problem right now. Isn't even like the damage output. It was damage output or ammo, one or the other. I just don't have enough of something. Hey Finn, thank you for the 40 freaking 7 months, dude. That's a lot of months! Oh, it shoots faster, that's for sure. Why did that jump occur? Why did I get that jump? Okay. So we got to this part, and when I went on the hook shot, this is like right about when Twitch went down, and it didn't fling me to the platform, and I just fell off, and I had to do the whole thing all over again. That was really super cool. I was really happy about that. Can I please have a checkpoint now? Please! Cover bomb gun. Detonate at the right time. No! No, you gotta be kidding me! No fucking hell way! God damn it, dude! What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Wait, when did I buy this? I don't remember ever buying this. Oh my god, dude. Like, why the fuck is there a pitfall right by the shop? What the hell? Almost didn't freaking give me the distance I needed again. Thankfully, I learned that I could just run right past all the rooms, that like all the doors have been open automatically from having to done it previously. But holy shit, why? Why is there a pit right out of the shop like that? Like, oh god. Man, this game is really falling off in the back half, let me tell you. I was just about to hit it too. Still no checkpoint. Oh my god. Oh, it's way past beer o'clock. How is this live? How have I been live for 6 hours already? Seriously? What? 5 hours. But seriously, 5 hours already? What the hell? It feels like 2 hours at most. Well, with that in mind, I should probably do beer o'clock, huh? Because it's that time. Wow, like we were just talking a second ago about, hey, you know, it's beer o'clock almost. I was like, yeah, right after I do this, I'll take a drink, or I'll go get a drink. But then it's like, boom, like it's here. So let's play this again, and we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Grab a snack and a brew. And we'll hopefully beat this game by the time we get back, so stick around. We'll be right back. Just a quick break this time. We're back already. Just a few minutes. Didn't really want to get a snack, just got a drink. So let's get rolling with the game again. Hopefully we can get to a freaking save, rest, checkpoint point or something, man, because this has been nutso. Oh, cheers, by the way. Got myself a rum and coke again. Oh, look at that empty chat window, guys. You gotta fill it up or else the end of the world comes. Let's see what this does. Oh! Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's really chaotic and very, very inconsistent. But, I've got to level this one up, man. This is rad. When it said bouncer, I was like, ah, man, that's kind of like a bouncy ball. Like, no way. But child grenades? Hell yeah.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had some trouble with the guards.
You had trouble with the guards? I was the one that killed them all!
Okay,
oh my
let's
God.
see if this thing works.
She is trying to tell us something.
That was disturbing.
Bye now. Enjoy the hygienator. Remember, you bought it from Steve. Steve McQuark. Indeed. Now that I've sold my 1 millionth hygienator, I can finance the comeback of the greatest superhero who ever lived, Captain Quark! All I need now is a new galaxy with a new fan base so I can rescue them from a new disaster!
Okay, hi. Oh, no.
Sir, I do not understand.
Mr. Fizzwidget?
You blew up Girl Robot!
This is bad.
Oh, my God.
All right, just what the is going on?
Allow
Nice
me to
blip.
explain. I'm about to save the galaxy from the Protopets, and you are about to become public enemy #1.
Well,
And
excuse
to
me,
them.
princess.
Seize them!
I can play it as for the 399 bits.
It's showtime!
Well, excuse me.
Citizens of Bogon, I am Captain Quark. I come to you in this, your darkest of hours, to shine the flashlight of justice on your galaxy.
Flashlight of justice? Oh,
As you know, a living menace called the Protopet has been set loose in your galaxy. But fear not, Bogonites. I, Captain Quark, have caught the perpetrators. Yes, good citizens, these are the masterminds behind Megacorp's experiment with death. And now, with this, super electro gadget I invented, I will end the Protopet threat once and for all.
That's my Elixamorph. I invented.
Ahem. Stay tuned, dear viewers, as I amplify the signal from this helixo thingy and render every Protopet in the galaxy completely harmless. Allow me to demonstrate.
Uh-oh.
does that helixomorph actually work?
It used to. I could probably fix it.
Come on, Clank. Let's get it back.
Oh, he looks friendly. Let's go, nerd! That's one big critter. Uh-oh. We're plugging in something bigger. Ow. Wow, that was like half my health. Holy crap. Okay then. Right. Well, let's put weapons on that are gonna help me here. I like how they have an option to return to your ship. That's nice. Red and then blue and then red and then blue. Hello? Oh. Oh, the sheeper is actually going to be good here. Well, that's that. Missile breath is a clear sign of indigestion, by the way, just so you know. Well, I don't think hitting it in the mouth was anything special. Oh, okay. Nope. Well, I don't know what that special yellow thing was, but it certainly isn't helping me. Stop! Fucking God! The camera keeps recentering! Stop it! Alright. This is becoming very annoying. Wait, how come I only have 9,000? Wait, where did my 100,000 go? Where did my 100,000 go? Ah, great, this is great. Great, super great. Freaking great. Stop recentering, camera. Stop it. Bad. The camera really badly wants me to look at the boss all the time. Okay, sure. These ones are not dying very easily. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Okay. I was waiting for that to happen. This is shit. This is really shit. I'm so disappointed in the back half of this game. It was so good at first, and it's just like really, really falling off hard. I don't get bolts, so every time I die, I lose 2,000 bolts, and I got 7,000 left. So I might have to just grind. Like, this thing's just got too much HP. And how that does a third of my life bar is crazy. And the camera is absurd. It's just all over the place. Why can't I shoot anything? Oh. If this is the last boss, then it'd be slightly more forgiving, to be honest. But I don't think it is. There's no way this is the last boss. And like they give you harder versions of these little fluff balls of the proto pets in the middle of a boss fight, you know. No! And the camera. Oh my god, dude. And that's all the ammo you get. You get this one little box every once in a while. Like, the camera, dude. It's really bad. Like, it throws all these different threats at you, and then, like, forces the camera to go a certain way, you know? It's just... What is this? Oh, I know what that is. This is gonna be really hard to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this, though. Well, it's gone now, so whatever I was supposed to do with it, I have no idea. Do I even get an XP for the absurd amount of enemies I'm having to fight here, I wonder? That guy's just running against the edge. That does not very much damage at all. I think it's a means of like, hey, if you run out of ammo, Yoa's got this. We'll keep the tractor beam on and the sheep gun on. I mean, maybe that's good. Maybe that's good. I think that's about all I can do at this point. Maybe the decoys might be okay. Oh, we're going down again. Okay. I don't, man. This is... Like, I need more freaking ammo, dude. Does the game not understand that? Does the game not understand I'm having to use like every scrap of ammo I can get? Like, is that not, did that not cross their freaking minds? Hello? No, it's way more than an HP sponge. HP sponges are easy and just take a lot of hits. This is hard and takes a lot of hits. It's the opposite of an HP sponge. It's a boss with way too much HP is what it is. It's funny because Ratchet 1, like, endgame was better than the rest of the game, you know? It just got... What the fuck? Why did you stop? Okay, nice, nice, real nice. Shotgun kind of sucked. Spider bomb is worthless here. Guess the bouncer is about all I have. It was awesome at first, the mini nuke, and then it just kind of started sucking. Trying to conserve my better guns for the third floor. Wait, why did you go off of that? Nope, I'm dead. Oh, wow. Not dead. That was close. He spit them all off the end. No! No, get down! There we go. Oh, frickin' hell. This better be the last boss.
You did it!
Oh, there we go. I got my kiss too.
It's okay. This is the real Mr. Fizzwidget. Quark had him tied up in a supply closet all this time.
Gentlemen, you have my most profound gratitude.
It was nothing, sir.
Really,
I'm
it was
just sorry we
nothing.
couldn't get the Helixomorph back. Right. What do you suppose is wrong with it?
I don't know. It could take months of research and...
The battery is in backwards.
Oops.
Imbecilic to the very last. Down, boy.
I just have to amplify the device with Megacorp's TV transponders, and that should cure the other protopets.
Yeah, the TV transponders, of course.
Clank? Uh-oh. It's okay. I can fix her.
Your
I
girlfriend, no! That actually was the last boss? Wait, oh shit. Okay, suddenly last boss. I added in just now the final tally, so I mean it's no surprise. Kingdom Hearts is the next winner. Kingdom Hearts 2 specifically. Right? Yeah, it was anticlimactic. Yeah. It was just like suddenly bam, you know? Nomura Hearts 2. I said I'd forgive that boss a bit if it was the final boss, and then you were like, oh, it's the final boss? Yeah. I mean, it was kind of ass, but it, like, the reason it's frustrating is because it's very unclearly the final boss, you know? It like, Ratchet 1's final boss was like, this is the final boss, so I welcomed the challenge. That just felt chaotic, and it just felt really unfair, and just, like, the strategy was to conserve all my...
What do you like to do for fun? Oh.
Oh my god! No!
So, whatever happened to Quark?
I heard he was working at Megacorp.
So, you fellas new here? You boys should sign up for the new Probomatic. That little baby cleans you something fierce. I just got done testing the full body Waxinator. I am personally sporting a smooth chassis, and there are no tags on my luggage. All right then. Catch you later.
Subject 23A. Please report immediately for crotchetizer testing.
Oh.
Well, duty calls.
Oh my god. There was so many subtleties there in that last cutscene. I'm talking about with Clank's girlfriend robot and stuff. There was some stuff in there. That was an unexpected ending. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get to the full review just like every other game. I was honest. I'm just kind of blown away. I'm a little dumbfounded, honestly. So. Honestly, Kingdom Hearts was supposed to be the final game in the Kingdom Hearts series. Kingdom Hearts 1 was. It was because of its success that it got a Kingdom Hearts 2 and a 3 and a 500 spin-offs. Oh, there's a lot of times when an ending has a vague sequel bait that's just supposed to kind of be left open-ended on purpose, though. From my memory, I remember when I beat Kingdom Hearts 1, that hidden ending or whatever. I remember going, this is fine as a complete package, and this is just a kind of neat little nod, neat little thing, you know? I should have watched a Kingdom Hearts 1 refresher earlier today, though, because it has been about 20 years since I played, or 15 years or whatever since I played Kingdom Hearts 1. No sheep were harmed in the making of this game for the most part. The one that was had it coming. You can't say that anymore. Back then, it was fine to make that joke, but
tight now. So you
oh boy,
tested this, right?
the crotchinator.
That's why I'm here. Oh, one more thing.
Are you at least going to take him out to dinner first? You know, congratulations, you have the choice to go back in time before you defeated Quark and play a new game in challenge mode. Challenge mode is a good way to earn tons of bolts by playing tougher versions of the game. You get to keep all your weapons, and you can upgrade them further by purchasing mega upgrades at the vendor. Check out the special menu for new features. Challenge mode. We'll just save over.
Welcome back to Behind the Hero. Tonight's heroes are the duo who recently restored peace and order to our galaxy, Ratchet and Clank. So, gentlemen, tell us...
I think this is just the same cutscene before you start the game. What was the name of the machine? The Crotchinator. Yeah.
Ratchet reporting.
Wait, this is actually different. No, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. So I got all my gun. Oh no, I don't have my guns. I do have my guns and XP and everything. Cool. All right, that's gonna do it for Ratchet and Clank 2. Stick around. We're going to do a full review, a full comprehensive review of a full comprehensive review of this game. Hang tight, I gotta use the restroom really quick, and then we'll get rolling on this, and then we're gonna start Kingdom Hearts 2. We still have a few hours left in the night, so we're gonna start it up tonight and see what happens, all right? Yeah, hang tight, we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. I just needed to use the restroom, so let's move the monitors around so we can prepare for this. And move you guys over here so I can see you guys talk. Common Rider, was your votes for Kingdom Hearts 2 malicious in nature? Maybe. Hey, that's fine. I mean, people voted in Ephemeral Fantasia full well knowing. Actually, wasn't it you? Like, or Playinastic, I think it's Playinastic. Voted in, I mean, many of you guys really came together to do that for Ephemeral Fantasia. So, I mean, you know, whatever. I don't mind. The games are on the list for a reason. You know, I would not put them on there if I wasn't expecting, you know, to play them, right? So, I mean, okay. Boop, there we go. As you can see, Kingdom Hearts 2 is the new winner. Gonna go ahead and wipe the votes again. Thank you very, very much for all the support. The vote to play Ratchet and Clank, and of course the votes to play now Kingdom Hearts 2. Thank you very, very, very much. And now Kingdom Hearts. Possible proud mode. I said that. I said possible proud mode in the goal. That ain't happening. That is not happening. I said if you can see now, goal beat it. Possible proud mode. I don't think that's gonna be a thing. You think I'll hate or somewhat like it? Maybe. I don't know. All right, now it's time to get back down to how we review. Oh, yeah. All right, so we rate on a 0 to 10 scale, which means 5 is average. Not the IGN syndrome of 7 is average, because that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So, 5 is perfectly average. Not too good, not too bad. There might be some really good things and some really bad things, which kind of bring it around to an average. Seems weird to mention and then not pick. I said possible proud mode. Possible proud mode. Is it proud mode? Holy crap, Dragon, dude, thank you very much for the $100 donation, man. Right out of the gate, jeez, dude, with a vote for Shadow Hearts 2, man. Thank you, Dragon, very much, dude. I'm glad I could help you out with the end of day entertainment, man. Thank you very much for your generosity, dude. Shadow Hearts 2, I'm very curious about the short story of Shadow Hearts. It kind of left me hanging, so there was a lot of cool stuff with it, but also some weird stuff. But thank you very much for the $100 donation, man. Thank you. What was I going to say? I don't know. Something about ratings. Isn't possible proud? Oh, isn't proud mode like one hit you die? Or something like that? Or is it just like a hard mode? That's critical.
And a horse wiener!
Oh, we already got a
What did
backer!
you say? A horse wiener? Now, that's dangerous!
Got double support for Shadow Hearts 2. Thank you, Kamen Rider, for the $11.11 donation with the vote for Shadow Hearts 2 as well. It's basically a hard mode. Yeah, I usually don't pick hard modes on first time play, but I mean, I've heard Kingdom Hearts is a very skill-based game, and that makes me want to pick the hard mode instead of just easy mode mash X, you know? Oh, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. We're about to start it. Let's see how I feel in a little bit of time, you know? Maybe I'll hate it if I play it on a harder mode, you know? Maybe I'll love it if I don't or do, or... I don't know. I don't know. Let's do this review first. But again, thank you very much, guys, for the support. Already getting votes on for the next game. Thank you. I super appreciate all of that support. Thank you, thank you. So, 5 is average, which means if it's got a 5, it's not bad. It's not great. It's not good. It's not bad, though, either, right? It's just a game. It's like your average game, you know? Like, Legend of Legaia was like your average RPG. It's got all the average stuff. Some good, some bad, some great, some terrible. More or less, story is kind of meh. It's just there. It's an average game. It's not a bad play, and it's worth looking into. You know, that kind of thing. A lot of people get really upset when I review a game and I give it a 5. Like Suikoden 2 was a very average game in a lot of ways, and people got very upset when I didn't give it a 10 out of 10. And it's just like, well, too bad. Your game isn't perfect, you know? So anyway, when we do a review, it's more than just, you know, is there good looking character? Yay, 10 out of 10. No. Take texturing, take animations, take spell effects, you know, aesthetic, environment detail, all those things you see with your eyes, not just, you know, the character. That's important. The visual ratings encompass all the things. Same with audio, sound effects, and all that good stuff. A lack of music can sometimes cause a loss of points. Gameplay, same deal. Even just menus can be part of the gameplay because that's a frustrating thing. Which actually, I do have some frustrations with the menu. Remind me if I don't talk about them, by the way. Story, same deal. All the things that have to do with story, including character growth, side stories, and things like that can actually influence the points. Generally speaking, good side content can enhance the story score, but bad side stories don't really affect it all that much because, like, you shouldn't be punished for adding additional content, but if you make it exceptional, that's something special, and I think that's important. Craftsmanship is how well the game is designed, the type of like events that have happened, the way the world evolves, like bugs, glitches, that kind of thing. It's about how well and cohesive the game is built. Enjoyment is the completely subjective score. These I try to be as objective as possible. enjoyment is 100% subjective. It's my personal, how much did I like this game on a scale of 1 to 10, or 0 to 10 in this case. All right, here you can see the list of games that we played in the past, starting with Legend of Dragoon. The very first game I played on viewer choice was actually my pick. I picked this one, and then we went from there. So we went to Final Fantasy 13, 2, Lightning Returns, Lost Odyssey, Star Ocean 3, Suikoden, Xenosaga, Disgaea's, Last Story, Nier Automata, Nier Gestalt, Rogue Galaxy, Shadow Hearts, Beyond the Beyond, Cooking Mama, Makai Kingdom, Breath of Fires, all sorts of stuff. And you can see we just did Ratchet 1. Here's our scores, 8, 5, 7, 6, 4, 8. And I have this new average column on the right here that I'm going to try and add up and average all the scores out of a possible total of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 points. Actually, let's do total. There. I should pick every 50th game. Actually, you want to know the funny thing is Battletoads was our 50th game. I don't want to pick a game, especially when people are supporting the channel. I would feel incredibly bad to just interject and be like, no, this is my game, you know? Like, I don't want to do that. I'll leave it up to you guys if you guys want to make the 100th game something special. But I mean, we've been doing viewer choice for 3 years now, and we're down to 51. We've gone through 51 games, now 52. Granted, the first 2 years of viewer choice, I only did it 1 day a week, and now we do it 2 days a week. And not only that, but we're playing a lot of platformers and non-RPGs, which are going really fast. So, I mean... what was the release date for this game? US release date. Let's just do platformer. It doesn't need to be 3D. Yep, we've been doing viewer choice for about 3 to 4 years, I'd say. We have, I think I want to say 3 years in total, because we have like a collections tab, and we have viewer choice 2018, 2019, and 2020. And I don't have VODs for before that, because I wasn't doing the collections before that. So, I don't know, honestly. I don't know. Anyway, let's get to the nitty gritty. God, Dirge of Cerberus was so bad, by the way. For those of you that are wondering, when the FF7 remake comes out, what I thought of Dirge of Cerberus, it's trash. It's super trash. It is an awful, terrible, horrible, FF7 universe ruining experience that is meant for edgy 14-year-old boys, and it sucks. Well, I rated it in my enjoyment as 5. You know, maybe I should make a separate a new category that gives me, that's like a what do I think this game actually is, because like these scores are very incorrect as to how I feel about Dirge of Cerberus. I personally think Dirge of Cerberus is a 2 out of 10 game, but I didn't hate playing it, you know? So I don't know. The total score is just the total points that you can get. So for instance, this would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 21 points out of 60 possible points. That was what that would be. And we need to bold, and we need to center that, and center it. Go. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, you know what I want to do? I want to actually insert a column here, and I want this to be a realistic like a realistic score, like what I think the game actually is, You know what I mean? Like, cause like for instance, there's a lot of games where the scores really don't reflect how I feel about the game. Like for instance, Tales of Berseria got 3 on visuals and a 3 on story, and I think the game is better than a 3. You know, like just because like it has all these. Like I feel like it's a 6 out of 10 game. You know, and none of these scores really kind of absolutely reflect that. So I kind of want to have a score for that, like what I think the game actually is versus what I enjoyed from it. You know, I don't know. Oh, November 11th, 2003. Thank you. I wasn't waiting for that. I was just talking. Okay, so the visuals of this game are completely copying 100% Ratchet 1. They use the same engine, they use the same character model, they use the same everything. However, they do have a lot of unique characters. The female space raccoon, scientist guy, and a couple others. And it's really nice. There's new worlds, new environments, new textures, new biomes, new everything. So, I mean, it's not like a bad thing that they copied the exact same engine and characters. In fact, the visuals actually get a bonus in this case because even though they reused all the same visual assets, they created new ones for like different biomes and stuff, but they still fully animated all the characters. Completely. They still fully animated with mouth movements and everything. Like they have good animations that are meaningful and like they are scene fitting, you know, like if he's talking, he's moving his hand, he doesn't have a generic hand repeating motion, you know, like it's an actual animation like someone is talking and in that cutscene with those words that they're saying. It's very important. Suikoden 2 got minus points for reusing the same engine and visual assets. Despite them being fantastic sprite art in Suikoden 2, it didn't matter. There's not new animations and new cutscenes and everything. It's just generic guy moves, let's talk text on screen stuff, you know? And that's a PlayStation game. So, I mean, there's definitely some lessons that were not taken into account for Suikoden 2. And even though, despite that, I believe Suikoden 2 got very high visual ratings. Actually, I give it a... Oh, it's Suikoden 3. Whoops. Suikoden 2 got 8. Yeah. Because it had really good sprite art. But despite... It could have had a 9 if it was, like, more unique, you know? But the fact that they still have to, like, vector in all the animations for those characters, and they're very smooth and fluid, and they got that over-exaggeration to it, it's a lot of work to do those animations. Like, creating the character, the model, that's kind of the hard part, but if you just have it stand there and create a generic looping animation for talking, that's lazy. Freaking games nowadays do less with body animation than this game did. Tales of Berseria had almost no actual character animation during cutscenes except for the actual like story cutscenes. And even then it was very, very limited. There's way too many just like generic dialogue on screen, nothing going on, just mouth open and close like a freaking like a mannequin, you know, like a dummy. Skits. Yeah, I know, right? You make like 5 different images for each character, and then you just move the image around and replace it with whatever next, you know, expression it's gonna have. That's what anime is. How many times have you watched anime and it's just like a face on screen moving up and down, and then their face changes but nothing else does? Because a blank anime face is just a palette. It's a blank canvas, and you can put whatever face you want there, and voila. You know, that's how anime is made so quickly and cheaply. Anyway, that being said, the visuals were actually really great again. In fact, it's impressive that such a small studio doing such a small project was able to animate everything fully still, and I really, really respect that. The new characters are fun, and the environments were new despite using the same engine. So I'm going to actually give this game, what was the original visuals? I gave it an 8, perfect. So I was going to give it a 7, so... That's why we're doing the review, Sarlash. They overdid that intentionally. Well, Kill la Kill is supposed to be a parody. anime, and I couldn't get into it. Like, I can only watch a vagina wedgie so many times before I'm just like, I'm over it, you know? I don't know. The anime just didn't go anywhere. It didn't really, like, move. It did, like, what was the one? Gurren Lagann was a fantastic anime, and then I realized it was a parody and it made it 10 times better. I watched Kill la Kill not knowing it was a parody, and then I couldn't get past 5 episodes, and there was like, oh, you gotta get past 5, it's way better. Then I watched 10, and I was just like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Yeah, I know, Tagerneth. I know it has a reason. I mean, it explains it, but just because you design a reason around the skimpy outfits doesn't make it any less fan service. You could easily have that as like a bodysuit instead or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that's not a reason. that's a excuse. But anyway, audio. This actually lacked quite a bit more than Ratchet's audio. Originally, Ratchet and Clank audio, I gave it a 5 because it wasn't great, it wasn't bad, it was just kind of in the middle. You got some cool tracks and you're jamming or whatever. This actually has less good tracks, and a lot of the time I don't even remember having music in a lot of episodes. The sound effects are the same, so there's nothing really special there, and it's just kind of meh. Like, it's just not good. There's a couple good jams, but that's about it. Voice acting was improved. Yeah, it definitely was. With James Arnold Taylor voicing Ratchet, that was really cool. The voice acting for what's her name was somebody I never even heard of, and she did a great job. But despite that, the voice acting in Ratchet 1 was great too. You know, it wasn't. The planet scenes pre-Super Mario Galaxy. Yeah, you know what? Yes. Actually, I want to stick with that 7 score because, again, they still did reuse the same stuff, but yeah, the 3D stuff, the 3D worlds were awesome. But there was only a couple of them, but either way, it was still very good. I think the score stays the same there, though. Anyway, so I'm actually going to give audio a 4 because... They still kept that silence on maps and menus and stuff, and it's weird. I don't like it. Gameplay. Gameplay is vastly improved in this one. However, at the end of the game, it starts to get really silly with like enemies getting ridiculous amounts of HP. However, most of that is irrelevant due to the fact that like all of your guns upgrade and you can get power-ups for them, and they change, and there's so many cool weapons, and all the upgrades felt really. That's more writing than audio. What? Oh, the voice acting? It's both, actually. It's both. Bad voice acting, especially like audio balance, can be really upsetting with your ear holes, you know. But anyway, all the cool weapons and the upgrades change them in a really cool and meaningful way. Like, when you get acid spider grenades, it's like, okay, that's cool, whatever. But when you get turret spiders that just blow things away, that was awesome. And they were vastly underused when I upgraded them, and I really wish I'd used them more. The only big problem with the spiders was like they were worthless during the bosses. But I mean, you had other weapons to take the place of that. Plenty of other weapons. Nut gain was very like great at first, but then the nuts kind of fall off near the end, and you're left with like getting two-shot by enemies with crazy amounts of HP, and you're just not doing a whole lot of damage to them, and it just kind of felt like it really fell off in the back half of the game. There was a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool, neat little robot stuff with Clank and everything, but it really was hard to enjoy the back half of the game. Really. Oh, wow, that was an awkward end. Okay. Maybe I should remove that track. Maybe it just ends that. Maybe that's how it does it. I don't know. Anyway, I want to give this game like a really high score on gameplay, but that back half made me feel like DQ2 all over again. You know, it just felt really overly punishing, and some of those levels were just like you just crawling through it forever and ever and ever and ever. It just, oh man, I want to love it, but we're gonna still give it a 7 despite all that. Story, this is actually a way worse story. Now the writing is still fantastic, the delivery is still amazing, the puns, the jokes, the silliness, all top tier. However, the game just kind of like, you know, we have this problem, go do the problem, and then it was just like, it just ended, you know? It's just like, hey, by the way, you did it, you're at the end, yay, you know? Compliment sandwich. I need to know how to do the compliment sandwich. What's the compliment sandwich? I don't know what that is. Ratchet 1 didn't really have much of a story either. It's just you play it, hey, bad stuff's happened, go save the world, okay. But the characters are what make this game shine. And I think that's important to denote that the game really isn't meant for a story. So having a bad story is irrelevant for the most part. And again, really what you're looking for is the jokes, the puns, the silliness, the humor, and the delivery. And those are all great. And the only thing that really is a flaw in this game's story is just, like, of course, how basic it is and how it just kind of suddenly ends. Like, you're just like, oh, hey, we need to get, oh, hey, we discovered that Quark is actually a scientist guy, and he made the thing big, let's fight it, and then boom, and it's like, whoa, he's not gonna get away, we're not gonna, like, have a final showdown with him, you know. It didn't really feel final. I felt like I was on another level, I felt like I was fighting another boss, and then boom, it ended, you know. Something nice, constructive criticism, something nice. But if something sucks, I'm just gonna say it. Anyway, I'm gonna give the story. What did I give the first one? I gave it a 6. I think that's about right. But the thing is that the game we're still talking about story. Just because it's a game that's not made for story doesn't mean that the story isn't really good or compelling or interesting. You know what I mean? Do you understand? Like, there are platformers that still tell really good stories and have like comprehensive writing and construction and everything. You know, the game kind of pops in and out of story mode all the time. A lot of time you don't even get story. You're just like, I'm on the planet now. You're expecting lower. So the fact that it's a game not made for a story does help the score a little bit, but it's not everything. It's only a little part of it. And the writing is really what's carrying the story score. Just the silliness. Like if you're having fun watching it and listening to the storytelling, that still has value. And I think that's a value that's higher than like average. And just because a game doesn't tell like a comprehensive story doesn't mean it can't be interesting to participate in the story. And that's really where that 6 comes from versus like, you know, a deep, compelling story. Like a game that tries to be deep and compelling and fails, you know, is still going to get a similar or even lower score. And that's kind of like the intent versus how much you're enjoying it versus the writing quality, all that good stuff, you know? Remember about the thing you told us to remind you about? Oh, the menus. Yeah. A lot of the time I would switch weapon and not get my weapon. A lot of the time I would switch my weapon and it would just stick in the menu and wait for a half a second or a second before it actually came out of the menu and gave me my weapon. there was a little bit of wonkiness with the menus, which I think isn't really going to apply to this score too much, but if I had thought about it during the score, it might have been put it down to a 6, but I doubt it. I think 7 is right about where it belongs. So craftsmanship, this is kind of how well the game is put together. 4, yeah. This is another score that's really hard to rate because like the game is well made in the sense that you play it and it goes from A to B and you can enjoy it, and there's not a lot of bugs or glitchiness or anything like that, but there's a lot of points where it's kind of like you're gonna have to die before you learn how to do this, which like is acceptable if you're playing Dark Souls, but not a silly fun platform where you just want to go through it and have a little bit of challenge to be done with, you know. Story sequences kind of start and end suddenly. The game just randomly ended for the ending as well, and overall the game is well made and well crafted, and there's nothing really bad about it, and it's a fantastic platformer. But as far as like a cohesive piece of art, it kind of has a lot of gaps in it, and there's a lot of polish that could go into it to really bring it together in terms of how the story is situated, how terms that you go in and out of cutscenes, you know, planet approach, that kind of thing. And that's really what I'm getting at here, is it just kind of feels like it happens and you're just there. You know, how many times did I sit there with my controller on my lap going, oh, I get to control my character now? Like, because I was just there, just, you know? That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not a good thing either. So it's just kind of there. It's just kind of there. And the only reason I'm going to give this a 4 instead of a 5 is because of how the game just suddenly, you know, it just credits. You're just blown away. Like, what? Wait, what? This doesn't feel like a last boss. This doesn't feel like a last level. It just kind of happened. And that can really be, it could take a lot of wind out of your sails. Like, I was almost like uninterested that I beat it, as opposed to like hype about finishing. When I beat Ratchet 1, I was like, yes, we beat the last boss. Oh man, awesome, that was cool. This one, I was just like, oh, I guess it happened. All right. Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, the craftsmanship for the that definitely goes into that score. You're right, Psycho Sheep. The sphere worlds and stuff, the little mini sphere worlds, that's craftsmanship right there. That's a big deal. That's huge for the era. Way before Mario Galaxy, they had those little sphere worlds and stuff that you could go around on. That's a big deal. Well, there weren't too many of them, and most of them were kind of like just punch on the robot, but it still had the mechanical like capacity to do that, and that's kind of important to notate. So actually, we're gonna move it from a 4 to a 6 just based on that alone. Tetrasphere, maybe. I had a lot of fun with the game, but it really pittered off at the end, and I got a little frustrated. And I do apologize for a little bit of salt that I had earlier on. I'm just glad my stream cut out when the real salt kicked in, when I had to restart that whole part. saved by Twitch. I really had fun with it. It was so good for the first day, and then that second half, like, it feels like you really had to have grinded up your weapons and the best armor to really get a lot of enjoyment out of that, because it just felt like you went in, blasted away all of your ammo, and then you had to go back and buy more ammo, and then go to the next room and do the same thing, or just blitz through or die a whole bunch to open up the doors, you know? It really fell off towards the end, and it's such a disappointment for such a fantastic game. However, Ratchet 2 was far better than Ratchet 1 was ever going to be, because Ratchet 1 succeeded and they were able to learn so much from their experience doing Ratchet 1 to make Ratchet 2 such a better game. I'm really excited to see what Ratchet 3 has in store. Everybody says they keep improving over time, so all I can say is, you know, maybe this ain't the perfect Ratchet game, but it's an absolute improvement over Ratchet 1. I'm gonna say I had a 7 with enjoyment. So, that is a total of 11, 18, 24, 37 points out of 60. Oh, that seems really low. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I add that wrong? I probably added that wrong. Let's add that correctly, shall we? 7, 4, 7, 6, 6, 7. 37. Okay. I mean, I think that's fair. So what do I think the game is? What do I think? Like, if I were to say, hey, IGN says this game is 6 out of 10, you know? What do I would say? I say this game's 7 out of 10. We'll call this the generic. There we go. We'll call it the generic score. How about that? The generic, hey, how good is this actual game, you know? Like, what do you think it is? Hold on, 37 and 7 out of 10. I'll just add it. I don't care, man. I'm not freaking Google Sheets Pro dude, mather guy. I don't care, man. I'll just add it. Doesn't matter to me. But anyway, yeah. I think like your generic. If I had to give a single score to it, it would definitely be a 7 out of 10. Like this total score is so. Someone requested that I do the total score, and for something like this, it just feels so incorrect. You know, it feels much more like a 50 out of 60 or a 45 out of 60 game, you know? But I mean, that's just where these points fall. You know, where does it lack? Yeah, it lacks in the audio department a little bit. It lacks in a couple of the gameplay and story elements, sure. But I mean, if I were to say, hey, give a generic score, like IGN, this is a 7 out of 10 game. It's fantastic. If you're looking for a good PS2 platformer, get the Ratchet games. They're great fun. They're good stuff. Yeah, slightly above average. I mean, it's not even above average. It's good. It's not going to win any awards. It's not going to win best game. It's not going to win like best OST. It's not going to win any kind of award. It's going to be really good. An 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10 game, those can win awards. This game is just very good. It's a great experience. It's fun, it's simple, and it's enjoyable. If you're looking for a platformer, this is the one to get. Ratchet, Ratchet 2, and probably the rest of the Ratchet games. It actually did win Best Platformer of the year it came out. Well, there you go. I mean, there you go. The genre that it is exceeds expectations. That's exactly what the kind of rating this game deserves. But it also depends on what other games came out. There weren't a whole lot of platformers in this era. That's true. PS2 platformers are kind of rare-ish. Jack and this and Sly Cooper. Anyway, Sekiro winning game of the year was a joke. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, comment in the comments below. Let me know how you agree or disagree with my review. I'm happy to hear your thoughts. And subscribe if you want to know and get more stuff, more content. Anyway, we're going to move on to Kingdom Hearts 2, and we'll have this up on the YouTube as well in just a few days, as you can see that. Have a good night, and we're going to continue on Twitch with Kingdom Hearts 2.